The antithesis of violence. Healing.
I'm serious. You're the antithesis of him.
He's the antithesis, because Jason is brilliant. He's a...
They're covered in antibodies.
The antibodies in your blood.
His blood carries the antibodies for the ZN1 virus.
She's a teenage antichrist.
That's because she's a minion of the antichrist.
The antichrist.
You've got antifreeze.
Fed antifreeze to half the homecoming committee.
To drink a gallon of antifreeze. And he died.
And antipathy, you said that earlier.
Has been fraught with antipathy.
Has developed a terrible antipathy for your boss.
So simple. Load it with an antigen.
Make sure you check for urinary Legionella antigen.
A rare blood type that lacks all Rh antigens.
I want to give you some antibiotics, okay?
Antibiotics. You need antibiotics.
Without packing it or using antibiotics.
William says he's still an atheist.
Still an atheist.
I may be an atheist.
Nothing wrong with being an atheist.
It's anarchy out there.
Better anarchy than civil war.
Mere anarchy is loosed upon the world.
It's total anarchy around here.
Yeah, it's almost like an apathy.
Maybe an app.
Apathy is a blight the monarchy simply cannot endure.
Well, apathy never built anything.
And, wow, maybe I have aphasia.
Where do you think you're going? Aphasia. Prosopagnosia.
Would explain the aphasia and the numbness.
Cause plurals, anemia. We need to support her anemia with oxygen. Anemia that could affect her organs and her heart.
That's why they're absent.
Absent or not voting?
You were absent at the council meeting, John.
Possible abduction. Either you're abducted or you're not.
I planned your abductions.
Let's get back to your abduction.
Clearly it's exhibiting some aberrant behavior.
Aberrant heat signature, port side thruster.
Outside of this and the apparent behavior.
You're uncommonly abstemious tonight.
Had a cigarette in 6 hours, hadn't eaten. So, abstemious and tidy? What was...
You should be completely ambulatory.
Once you're ambulatory.
And you're ambulatory now, and I see they got the Foley out.
Until you ambled into my path and cost me everything I cared about.
The deleted night scenes. Come, let's amble into the ramble.
And see what ambles out of the forest.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance!
Call an ambulance.
Call an ambulance.
The second the somnambulist...
A room and say that he's a somnambulist or a narcoleptic or the...
Somnambulist is up and running.
We placed it in the anteroom.
The anteroom.
The members of the court will retire to an anteroom until further instructed. Escort this young man to the quarantine anteroom.
What is it? One of those beautiful antebellum theaters?
Antebellum, Virginia.
Time to antebellum my ass.
Agreement with the marshal antedates yours. Agreement with the marshal antedates yours. Agreement with the marshal antedates yours.
Antediluvian Broadcasting Company.
Antediluvian Broadcasting Company now begins its broadcast day.
Antediluvian Broadcasting Company.
Very literal antecedents.
Your superiors sent you into battle without an understanding of the antecedents?
Oh, look, they're on some whacked out antecedents to a chick with a stiletto in her wrist.
Extremely antisocial behavior.
Are you social or antisocial?
You need antisocial personalities, right?
This place is antiseptic.
Captain, the kind of a wholesome antiseptic galley.
That would have all been very antiseptic.